Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we're continuing with Elyrios Digital Solutions as they prepare for their upcoming work with Chapter 1 books. Last time, you saw the team and the client validate and refine the project requirements. Since then, Elyrios has been busy laying the groundwork, defining what done means for their tasks, and setting acceptance criteria to ensure everyone knows the standards each task must meet. Today, the team is holding a task estimation session. This meeting is to help understand how much effort will be required for each user story and prepare for their first sprint. You'll see how they use Planning Poker to reach a consensus on these estimates. In these sessions, there are many ways for teams to disagree. Sometimes it's different interpretations of the task, varying levels of experience, or assumptions about what's involved. The team will encounter a few of these common scenarios. You will get a chance to hear how these differences play out and how the team navigates them to reach a consensus. The first common scenario is when everyone agrees on their estimate. Let's listen in.
Okay, everyone. Our first user story. As a user, I want to search for books by title, author, or ISBN so I can easily find the book I'm looking for. This seems like a straightforward task.
All right, that does seem clear. Talia, please start the timer. Everyone pick your cards. Great. Looks like we all agree this is a 3. Seems like everyone is aligned on the effort required for this task.
Perfect. Let's keep that momentum going and move on to the next user story.
This first story went smoothly, but not every task is so straightforward. In the next scenario, we will see a wider range of estimates. Let's listen in as the team tackles the next user story.
Our next user story. As a user, I want to add books to a shopping cart and securely check out so I can complete my purchase online. This one seems more complex.
Agreed, Victoria. Okay, Talia, please start the timer. Everyone pick your cards. Yes, I do see a wide range here. Some of you picked 3 and others picked 8. Let's discuss the numbers.
I picked 3 because I was thinking of just the basic shopping cart functionality. Adding items, viewing the cart, and proceeding to checkout.
I chose 8 because I'm considering additional security requirements and the complexities that might come with payment integration.
That's why I went with 8 too. If we're handling credit card information, we need to ensure compliance with PCI standards, which adds complexity.
It sounds like we have different assumptions about the scope. Victoria, can you clarify if we're including full security and compliance requirements in this user story?
For this story, we're focusing on core shopping cart functionality, adding books, viewing the cart, and a basic checkout process. The security and compliance work will be covered separately in another story.
Thanks, Victoria. Given that clarification, let's estimate again. Looks like we're between a 3 and a 5. Can someone explain why they chose 5?
I chose 5 because while the basic functionality is straightforward, there might be minor integration challenges, especially with handling different browsers and devices.
Does that make sense to those who chose 3? Do we feel 5 better reflects the potential effort involved?
Yeah, considering those minor challenges, I'm okay with a 5.
This scenario showed how the team navigated a range of estimates by clarifying the story's scope. Now let's see a scenario where one team member has an outlier estimate. This often happens when there are concerns about potential complexities that others may not have considered.
Our next user story. As a user, I want to create an account and track my orders so I can manage my purchases and view my order history. Let's estimate.
Okay, Talia, please start the timer. Everyone pick your cards. I see most of us picked 5, but there's a 13 from David. David, could you share your thoughts?
Sure, I went with 13 because I'm thinking about the potential complexities with integrating the new account functionality into our existing user database. There might be challenges around data migration, especially if there are different data formats or legacy system issues we haven't fully considered.
Thanks, David. It sounds like you're concerned about potential technical risks with the integration, particularly around data migration and compatibility. Does anyone else see similar risks, or are there different perspectives on how we could manage these potential challenges?
That makes sense, but I thought we were just focusing on basic account creation and order tracking without any heavy integration work.
Right. I assumed we were looking at a straightforward setup for new users, not dealing with older data.
So it seems there are concerns about unforeseen technical challenges that could complicate the task. Victoria, do you think these risks are significant enough to warrant more attention, or should we handle them separately?
Good point, David. For this sprint, we're only focusing on the basic account creation and tracking of new orders. Any data migration or integration with legacy systems will be handled separately in a future sprint.
Thanks for that clarification, Victoria. Let's re-estimate now that we have a better understanding of the technical risks and the correct scope. Looks like we're all aligned on 5 now. Great discussion, everyone.
This scenario highlighted how one person's perspective on potential complexities can bring valuable insights to the team, helping refine the estimate. In this next example, the team encounters ambiguity in the acceptance criteria, leading to a range of estimates. Let's see how they work through this.
All right, the next user story. As a user, I want to register for events online so I can participate in community activities hosted by Chapter 1 books. Let's get those estimates ready.
Talia, please start the timer. Everyone pick your cards. We have a range here, let's see, 3 and 5 and 8. Can someone share why they picked their estimate?
I chose 8 because I assumed the event registration includes features like sending reminder notifications, managing RSVPs, and possibly integrating with a calendar system.
I went with 3 because I thought it was just a basic registration form to collect user details without any extra features.
Seems like we have different interpretations of what this story includes. Victoria, can you clarify the acceptance criteria for this story?
Absolutely. For this story, we're only looking at a basic registration form and storing user details. No reminder notifications, RSVP management, or calendar integration for this sprint.
Thanks, Victoria. Let's re-estimate now that we know what's actually in scope. Looks like we're aligned on 3 now. Great job clarifying, everyone.
By clarifying the acceptance criteria, the team quickly aligned on a more accurate estimate. As you can see, understanding exactly what's included in a task is crucial for accurate estimation. Now, let's look at a scenario where the team members have different levels of experience, leading to a range of estimates. Watch how they navigate this situation to reach a consensus.
Our next user story. As a user, I want to filter my book search results by genre, publication date, rating, or price, so I can narrow down my options more effectively. Let's get ready to estimate.
Talia, please start the timer. When you're ready, pick your cards. We have a split between 3 and 8. Let's hear from both sides. Avery, why did you choose 3?
I chose 3 because I was thinking of adding basic filters: genre, date, rating, and price. It seems pretty straightforward to me, like just plugging in some filter options.
I went with 8 because I've worked on similar filters before, and they can get complex. We need to handle different data types, optimize the search queries for performance, and ensure the results are accurate and efficient, especially with large data sets.
Yeah, I've encountered challenges with advanced filters too. There are often hidden complexities, especially when combining multiple filters or managing edge cases.
Those are good points. It sounds like there could be more complexity here than it initially seemed. How do we feel about adjusting our estimate to reflect some of these potential challenges?
I'm okay with moving to a 5 based on what Carlos and David mentioned. It makes sense to account for those extra complexities.
All right, it seems like we're aligning on 5.
In this case, team members with different backgrounds and perspectives helped identify potential complexities, leading to a more balanced and accurate estimate that reflects everyone's input. While this scenario has been simplified, it illustrates the general flow of an estimation meeting using planning poker. In reality, these sessions would be more dynamic and complex, involving deeper discussions about technical details, dependencies, and potential risks. There can be debates, additional clarifications, or even a need to bring in other stakeholders for further input. The team may need multiple rounds of estimation or even break the tasks down further if they find they are too broad. The key takeaway is that these meetings help align everyone's understanding and set realistic expectations for the work ahead. Next time, we'll rejoin the Elyrios team as they move from estimation to sprint planning, turning these estimates into actionable work. It's an exciting time for Elyrios and Chapter 1 books. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.